So you got known unknowns, and then you got unknown unknowns, right? Donald Rumsfeld, 1 million Iraqis died over this bullshit. Okay, Donald Rumsfeld, let's hear it. What do you got to say?
Reports that say that something hasn't happened are always interesting to me, because as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
So 1 million Iraqis are going to die over that shit. Here's Joe Biden in 1985 dropping the N-bomb. I haven't seen, Donald Trump drop the N-bomb one time. Mr. Racist, never once did he drop the N-bomb, but here in 1985, Joe Biden's dropping the N-bomb right here, I guess, on the floor of Congress.
In part on his delineation of a majority black district centered in Orleans Parish.
He said that wrong, black district. He's saying it all wrong, like a segregationist.
In the confidential portions of your staff memo, they brought to your attention the allegation that important legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, "We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots." And the court cited evidence of discriminatory intent on the part of other legislators.
So Joe Biden's day one executive orders. This is the guy that's going to save us, right? The executive orders are, exciting. So the executive orders are tip of the iceberg, though, and they're clearly not enough. But so far, Joe Biden has saved the dreamers, right? They grew up here in America. They're Americans and everything. But so he restored the DACA program. He's going to stop the terrible immigration policies. We rejoined the World Health Organization. Dr. Fauci is now the ambassador. This is just common sense stuff. The Paris Climate Accords, we're fighting climate change again. Let's stop polluting America. 1776 project has killed. The 1619 project has been reestablished. That's, more honest. The Keystone Pipeline permit has been revoked. We're going to expand food assistance, $15 minimum wage for federal workers, and face mask requirements for all federal workers and everybody at airports. He says he's going to ask us to do that for 100 days. So, okay, I'll give you 100 days, Joe. And in 100 days, you might want to, stop the genocide in Yemen that you began. You might want to stop, pull the troops out of Cameroon, stop the war in Venezuela, stop the war with Palestine. We need to stop the war with Somalia. There's 27 wars, but let's begin with those. We got poverty, so let's institute land reform and universal basic income. Let's invest $500 million for homes for the homeless. Let's pass the Employee Free Choice Act. Let's repeal the PATRIOT Act. Let's reinstate a 21st Glass-Steagal Banking Act. Let's break up the big banks. Let's pass a wealth tax. Let's get America some family and medical leave. Let's get some Medicare for all and or a public option, some kind of government health care. In the war on drugs. Start circulating them Tubmans now. Let's just print up $500 trillion. Phase out Andrew Jackson completely out. We need to add a right to water, privacy, food, clothing, shelter. We need an amendment. We need to add to the rights and freedoms that we have as Americans. We need to add to our rights and freedoms an economic bill of rights. $500 million needs to be invested for homes for the homeless. That's all it takes to get homes for the homeless. Let's, for one moment in time, let's just say that, hey, America, we did not have homeless. At one point in time, we need to end police brutality. I don't know what form that is going to, but police brutality has got to end. We need free college. We need to cancel student debt. We need to stop animal abuse laws. We need to protect the cats and dogs. We eat all the other animals, so if we got to protect the cats and dogs. As men, we got to protect the weak and the vulnerable. Protect the women and the children and the cats and the dogs. Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. need to become the 51st and 52nd American state. We need to redact all the JFK files. It's been, 70 goddamn years? We need to plant 1 million trees. We need to fix our democracy and get some instant runoff voting, some ranked choice voting, some preferential voting. We need to preemptively outlaw trillionaires. There's a lot that we need to do. Stop the wars in Yemen, stop the wars in Palestine, stop the wars in Cameroon, Venezuela, and Somalia. There's 27 wars. I would rather all the boys in uniform come home America, just like George McGovern said. But anything that works towards that direction, I'm happy with. We need to confront every genocide, every instance of slavery and human trafficking and terrorism in the world. We're an empire. Are we a good empire? Because we just ignore all this shit. We're the policemen of the world and we suck at it. That's why we spend billions of dollars. That's why we have all the military bases in 150 countries. If we're not an empire, then what the hell was? So, economic bill of rights. We need right to water, privacy, food, clothing, shelter. We need more freedoms. Break up the banks. Medicare for all, end the war on drugs. Start circulating the Tubmans, confront all genocide, human trafficking, slavery, terrorism. The dollar. We need to figure out a Bitcoin version of the dollar. So yeah, those are my 25 demands. I think I got all of them. So Joe Biden's got a good start, but if he wants to be, talked about with one of the greats, if he wants his face on Mount Rushmore, he's going to have to do a whole bunch more. A whole bunch more. So Joe's got a good start, but he also, he's the one that started the Yemeni genocide. Lloyd Austin III is Mr. Raytheon. They made, $500 million? $500 billion with the Yemeni genocide. So is Joe going to stop his own Yemeni genocide? Is the Defense Secretary going to stop the genocide that's made him super wealthy? So repeal the PATRIOT Act, Glass-Steagal Act, reinstated Employee Free Choice Act, pass it. Family and Medical Leave Act, pass it. Medicare for all. End the war on drugs, wealth tax, break up the banks, free college. Universal basic income, land reform, fight poverty, declare a war on poverty. End homelessness, end police brutality. Welcome Puerto Rico and D.C. into America. Redact all the JFK files. Plant 1 million trees. Protect our dogs and cats. And our women and children. Preemptively outlaw trillionaires. Start circulating, start printing up the Tubmans and circulating them Tubmans now. Pardon Edward Snowden, Mumia, Abu Jamal, Linear, Peltier, Julian Assange, and Reality Winner. Do that, Joe Biden. Then I'll start to feel that America is on the right track. Peace.